So they go in there like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris. I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did that get you? And they say, oh, Jake, you're too angry. Too angry? What? You think, does Donald Trump look like he's kind? Does he look like he's in a good mood? I mean, no, people want some sort of reaction from their politicians. They want them.
So we're going to start off watching a little back and forth between Anna Kasparian and Cenk Uygur from election night just after Trump finished his victory speech. And then we're going to watch a clip of Cenk in full meltdown mode, right? This one's great. I know you guys are going to enjoy it, so let's go ahead and get it started.
God bless you and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Thanks, God. Okay, so there you have it. Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. Let's hope that our graphic is wrong and that it's not the final election. Hey, what happened to all the undocumented immigrants that were supposed to vote for the Democrats? I thought we were flying them to all the swing states. That's what Elon said. And he said, the Democrats are going to steal the election. Donald Trump said it was rigged. Alex Jones said we're all going to be in FEMA camps. Ted Cruz said we're all going to be in Hobbit homes. None of those things ever happened, but and of course they said, oh, Kamala would do the same thing. The Democrats would do the same thing as Donald Trump. They're not going to do the same thing. Kamala Harris is the vice president of the United States. She could refuse to certify the election. Is she going to do that? There's a 0% chance she's going to do that. There's a 0% chance they'll try to cheat and try to say, well, I got fake electors in Michigan. So no, of course, she'll concede, it's over, Donald Trump has won. So last thing here, and then I'm gonna do a quick bonus episode because all you good members, you wrote in all these great things. We'll do it quick, guys, but I want to give you guys a shout out because you're amazing. Thank you for trying to get us to the $100,000 goal today. Thank you for joining up for membership, 20% off, still possible on tyt.com. Thank you for all the things. Shop tyt.com has a bunch of wonderful shirts. The You're Fired one, though, not going to sell that well because that one didn't happen. All right, last thoughts. Michael, last thoughts about the election.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the country. I'm not casting the blame in the same way that you're casting it.
Cool story, Michael. We're not trying to hear your thoughts.
Okay, yeah, you're right. He was not gracious. He didn't mention
no, but
Kamala
I didn't
Harris
expect that at all. I mean,
Joe Biden.
No.
But to be fair, he did bring up Dana White.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, Anna.
I take solace in knowing that the vast majority of American voters actually do agree on the important policy issues. Poll after poll shows that when it comes to bread and butter issues, there's widespread agreement. When it comes to corruption in America, there's widespread agreement. And so the only thing that I would just urge people to do is don't lash out at voters. And that's rich coming from me because in 2016, I certainly lashed out at voters. And I think that was misplaced anger. I just think that the reason why a message like we need to save democracy didn't work is because I don't think Americans feel well represented by our democracy. And I think that's part of Trump's appeal. I mean, he angers everybody, whether it's establishment Democrats or establishment Republicans who he refers to as rhinos. I mean, think about the number of people who tuned in to our live stream tonight specifically to watch us melt down, right? There's a pleasure that comes with that because, why? Just because they hate us? Or is it because they feel that the politics that have been, emphasized in this country, the politicians who have been supported and uplifted in this country haven't really worked out so well for them? I think that's something that we need to come to terms with, and people are gonna get upset about this, but I'm gonna say it. I think that it's cheap politics, and I think it's pathetic to just constantly lash out as these people are all racist and sexist, and that's the only thing that explains it. If you're gonna keep, going in that direction, I think we're gonna keep losing. I think Democrats are gonna keep losing. I think we need to come to terms with the real frustrations that voters have.
Well, Anna, what would help is if the Young Turks, you yourself, these left talking head pundits in the mainstream media quit trying to divide the United States by making Trump this boogeyman and focusing on what people really need and what is important to people, and that is the economy, right? Cenk likes to say that he is a populist, but the population just voted for Donald Trump in majority, right? And that just tells you that we care about the economy, we care about the things that are affecting our own lives, and it would help set the narrative to the rest of the people if you are honest instead of just constantly trying to make Trump the boogeyman, to make people afraid of him so that the person you want to win the election can win, right? Because that was the only way Kamala Harris had a chance of winning, was making people hate Donald Trump more than they hated her, because she had zero good ideas. So let's watch Cenk's response, and then we'll move forward to Cenk's meltdown, which is glorious.
Okay, so I've got last thoughts here. First off, guys, everybody watching, make sure you come back tomorrow at 6 to 8 o'clock Eastern, and every day at 6 o'clock Eastern, because you see the honest show we do. I mean, we spared no one here, and we pulled no punches, and we told you who we thought was responsible for the loss, and we're honest about Trump and the Democrats, et cetera. If you're gonna trust one news show, we're it. So now my last thought is, guys, I find myself in a weird mood. I thought I'd be angrier or sadder, but I'm not at all sad. No, I didn't think I'd be sad. I'm never sad. I get either angry or happy, right? And I got angry earlier in the show. You heard me vent. I got it out of my system. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up the pieces and we're gonna rebuild. That's what we do. I mean, look, in my opinion, the one silver lining here is the establishment Democrats are burnt to the ground. They have no credibility at all. They're a total laughingstock. And now, you don't worry, when you turn on TV tomorrow, they won't say that at all. They'll blame you guys, they'll blame everyone else, they'll blame the Russians for the bomb threats to Georgia, in Georgia, etc. What difference does it make? They got killed. It doesn't matter. As Michael was saying during Trump's speech, they lost Bucks County. That's right outside of Philadelphia. Democrats never lose Bucks County. The Bronx, what they get, 26% of the vote, Trump did?
27% in the Bronx.
And in the Bronx, that's unbelievable, right?
That is unbelievable.
And so the American people chose Donald Trump, period. We don't like it, I don't like it, but that was their choice and they made it. So look, the reason I was so angry at Donald Trump is because he tried to undermine democracy. But in this election, they ran a fair contest and he won. That's democracy.
Quick shout out to Scott Pressler for helping Donald Trump win Bucks County. He has been dedicated registering Republicans in Bucks County and other counties there in Pennsylvania for the last year or so. And I think it really made a big difference in Trump winning Pennsylvania. So thank you, Scott. You have done an excellent job. And if you want to check him out over on X, he goes by the name @ThePersistence. So anyways, let's check out Cenk's complete meltdown.
These Democratic leaders are simpletons. They're servants of the donor class. So they go in there, they're like, oh, donor, give me money, please. And I made an ad. I'm Kamala Harris, I'm full of joy. Okay, well, what did that get you? And they say, oh, Cenk, you're too angry. Too angry? What? You think, does Donald Trump look like he's kind? Does he look like he's in a good mood? I mean, no, people want some sort of reaction from their politicians. They want them to represent them, to fight for them. But that has never occurred to a Democrat outside of Bernie Sanders, and probably we never will. So look, I have no interest in listening to a single Democratic politician ever again. They can go kiss my ass, they can do whatever they want, and we never listen to them anyway, and they hate us because we're right and they're wrong. They're always wrong, and they hate us for being right, okay? So, but they're not gonna learn. You have to beat them in a primary, that's your only hope. And so if you say it's super hard to beat them in a primary because of the lying sons of bitches on mainstream media who will smear you to no end, who will fight harder against progressives and populists than Republicans or Donald Trump or anyone else, well, brothers and sisters, nobody said life was fair. So we gotta go fight that mainstream media. We gotta destroy that mainstream media that is filled with lies on top of lies about how the politicians are so honest and the donors have no control over policy. They have 100% control over policy. Everyone in mainstream media is a liar who goes, oh, well, here's a bill. Well, I'm not going to talk about the donors at all. I think they're having an ideological debate. Oh, look at that. The donor class won the ideological debate again, but I won't call them the donor class. I won't tell you that it's corporate Republicans and corporate Democrats that are playing good cop and bad cop against you the entire time. So these Democratic leaders are the most useless people on earth. If they're not all fired, the Democratic Party is out of its mind. So as the voters, you have to understand, those guys have a vested interest in protecting their own ass and protecting their money and their privilege and their status. You need to fire them. They're not gonna fire themselves. You think Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, Kamala Harris, and all these people go, oh yeah, I got Jamie Harrison at DNC. Oh yeah, I guess we were the problem. You think the Democratic consultant class that have been robbing you blind this entire time is gonna go, oh, I guess we were the problem. No, you have to fire them. So the next time that some son of a bitch on MSNBC or in the Democratic Party tells you, oh no, be a good boy and girl, be civil and vote for Democratic leaders. They know what they're doing. Those are the same goddamn liars that told you that Joe Biden was totally fine, that he was young and he was dynamic behind the scenes, and it wasn't a problem at all. At that point, he was down 8 points nationally. He was getting slaughtered. He was down by 18 in Iowa, and I could go on and on. They've been lying to you the whole time. If you're on the left, you're a Democratic voter. Wakey, wakey. I need to wake you up out of the hypnosis that you're in, that Morning Joe and The View and all of mainstream media has put you in. They're lying to you. Why do you think they keep losing? Do you think they keep telling you how smart they are and how they're gonna deliver you victories? And all they ever do is deliver loss after loss after loss. So Democratic voters, snap out of it. These guys are obvious liars. Fire them all. Fire them all. And if you don't, okay, then keep losing to buffoons, to obvious con men like Donald Trump. Keep losing and losing and losing and never figuring it out. Here, I solved it for you. I figured it out. It's a goddamn corruption. All the stupid donor money, all it's ever done is lead to more losses. So if you don't fire them, you have no one to blame but yourself. Young Turks will.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy, you guys.
I don't know why. I just get a kick out of that guy breaking down like that. And you know what? To be honest, he wasn't all that wrong in that last little rant. But the fact is, that's the first time I've heard him say it with that passion. This whole election cycle, up till this point, till election night when everybody had already cast their vote pretty much. Well, yeah, Trump just gave his speech. I mean, he didn't say that. So it's not real helpful if you wait past the last minute to actually try to call out these people, you know what I mean? And so what Cenk will do is he'll sit there and say for the next couple weeks or whatever, I told everybody that you get what you pay for, you get what you vote for, but in reality, he didn't say it in time, you know? So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had fun making it, and I have an announcement that we are now going to start doing the Jar Openers podcast on Wednesdays now, as well as on Saturdays. We're expanding the live to 2 times a week with a future goal of being 5 nights a week. So I hope you guys come and join us there. Right now, the time slot is 8 p.m. Eastern, but we might change that for the Wednesday shows, and then we might actually change that for the Saturday show as well, just so it all lines up and the expectation is easy for everybody to just know that like 6 p.m. or something like that, which will probably be the time we move to if we move it. But for now, it's Saturdays at 8 and then Wednesdays to be determined. But keep an eye out for those. I'd love to interact with everybody. And other than that, you know, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that type of good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.